Hey, I've been talking about these protein bars for ages, and I've put up some words, but as I've learned recently, people learn better by seeing stuff. Here's a quick video on how to make these very quick protein bars. Protein powder, almond meal, monk fruit sweetener, peanut butter is optional, and to bind it all together, a combination of coconut oil and some water, just to get the mix into a breadcrumb kind of soft mix, dry crumbly mix, not a wet mix. You know, a very chewy bar, unless you like that. Roughly 5 scoops. Scoop. Your favorite flavor. I like my salted caramel. So 5. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3.5. Running low. And we'll take a look. Yeah, roughly 5 scoops. The genetics from Nutrition Warehouse mixes the best. I tried a lot of different ones. That one makes the best finished product. Preparation, you want to have your little plastic box lined with greased food paper. Make it easier to slide it out afterwards than to cut it up and put it back in again. So just line that. Don't need butter, don't need oil, just the paper by itself. 5 scoops of protein powder, 5 tablespoons of the almond meal, 2, 3, 4, which is more protein, negligible carbs, that adds bite and texture and helps the whole thing hold together. It is already flavoured and sweetened. You don't need to add too much if you like a little bit extra sweetness to it. Go for the monk fruit sweetener, 0 calories. Just a couple of tablespoons, teaspoons, depending on your sweet tooth. Give a dry mix, a little mix. There's no lumps there, unless you like lumpy bits. Oops, fly one. There we go. You like it really smooth, even though it's pressed through a sieve. If you have that extra minute or two, this should be very, very quick. Then, peanut butter. If it's set at room temperature, it's probably not the best peanut butter. It should be smooth and running at room temperature, depending on how much you want. If you want it, you like it, lots of rich peanut butter. And that's Australian made, much as the almond meal is as well. This would be quicker if it was quicker moving. Off the spoon. Get off. There we go. How's that third one? Okay. Put that away, keep the flies out of it. It's not going to mix too well like that until we add the other things to it. So let's do that. Let's add this. I never measure this. I just dollop it in a couple of little areas. Not too much. Otherwise it'll be a big sticky mess at the end. And then give it all a good mix. The water, you just add to make it more mixable. To get that final breadcrumb texture. It's already formed just with the oil and the peanut butter. Add a little bit more water then. A couple of spots. Too much water and the whole thing just comes out feeling more cakey than a bar, if that makes sense. It's more soft, you like a softer texture, it makes it that firm. So not too much water. Probably need a bit more. Now the 5 measures, the 5 scoops, the 5 spoonfuls, the 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of the monk fruit. You can always double that up or half that if you just want half the quantity. The only problem I have with these is they don't last long enough. I eat them too quick. I'm in the gym for 4 hours non-stop. I'll have one of these at the start, one at the end. I sneak in and get one in the middle. There we go. A bit more water. I'm probably taking longer than 3 minutes here, just because I'm taking my time and talking at the same time. Okay, that's definitely getting the right texture now. I'll show it to the camera in a second. Don't be tempted to bake these unless you like chewing. Okay, I'll give it that water. Clean the spoon. spoon. I may have added a bit too much water there in my haste, but we'll see how it goes. Too much water just ends up more like a toffee, a soft toffee kind of texture. So you see, got this bread crummy texture. It's quite loose and soft-ish, but not wet. And then just spoon it in. Move it around a little bit. Don't worry about the placement because you're going to press it down in a jiffy. Oops. Shift it around, get all the corners covered. I never claimed to be a TV chef, so excuse my lack of eye contact with the camera. I've not put any lippy or makeup on this morning, so excuse that. Okay. Then just smooch it around the tub. This will make 3 centimeter thick slices. Something nice and chunky to get your teeth into. And then just work it around, especially the corners. Some will stick to the spoon. You can leave it on that and clean that yourself afterwards. Or you can just scrape it off and mix it in. I'm going to leave it on the spoon. To finish it off, I get another small piece of the paper, put it on top, and just squeeze it down for a minute. You could use the back of a cup or another smaller container, or just your hand. If it's only for you you're making it for, you might not need that second bit of paper. Just use the back of your hand to squash it down. Then you have to test your patience as you let it set in the freezer. The freezer works fine for 30 minutes, or the fridge, depending on how quick you want to get your chops into these. Oop, 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 oop. It's all set. It's quite firm. Put the lid on. Bung it in the freezer. We'll come back in 30 minutes and check it out. Thanks for watching. Any questions, just ask. Leaves for 30 minutes. Now you get to take the protein bars out, get the edges of the grease-proof paper, lift it up nice and carefully, unfold the edges. Now, you could just lift it up and start munching away, or make it last a few days. So I just like to cut it into inch slices. You always know in the first cut you've got a good batch, you've got the water and the mix all just right. It's almost like a fudge-like texture, or brownie. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 14 bars. Each bar is probably going to be about 12 to 15 grams of protein. So not bad really. And there we go. That's the corner is the best bit because it's got a nice little wrinkly edge of extra stuff. That's my protein bar. Well, that could be your protein bar as well if you start making them. Thanks for watching. Any questions or clarity, just ask. Bye.